right, welcome. This is Joy Black, everybody.
Hey.
Very happy to see you here. To give you guys a summary, Joy Black has been featured in so many different things, including the Super Bowl 53 with the New England Patriots,
hmm
Ford Motor Company, Gatorade, CBS, Essence, and a lot of other companies. And also, you've worked with a lot of high profile music artists, producers like Bricks the Main, that has worked with Drake, Lil Baby, Nipsey Hussle, and star famed rapist Lado.
One of my favorite artists.
And it seems like you also like visiting schools as well, talking with kids, volunteering. So it's really
Right.
cool that you're helping out your community as well.
Of
So,
course.
welcome, Joy. It's really awesome sitting with you. It seems like you've had a lot going on. We're very honored to have you with us.
Of course. Thanks for having me. I've known of Shar like since I first began playing violin when I was 14. So it was like, oh, you guys reached out. So
So, to get started, we kind of have an icebreaker here we like to do with a lot of our guests. We're going to give you about 1 minute here, and we have a whole list of rapid fire questions we want you to get through. All right. So, you ready to get started here?
yes.
First question. Would you rather lose your ability to play music or your sense of smell?
Sense of smell.
What's your least favorite food?
Chicken. I'm vegan.
Favorite food?
Vegan burgers.
What's one conspiracy theory you believe?
Aliens exist.
If you were a candle, what would you smell like?
Peaches.
Favorite outfit you've performed in?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Yeah, skip.
If you could learn one other instrument, what would it be?
The cello.
One guilty pleasure song or music artist?
Michael Jackson.
Biggest pet peeve?
When people stand too close.
One person you'd love to collaborate with?
Beyonce.
Congrats, you got through quite a few of them here. It's really nice to see the little things about you. Aliens and peaches. Okay.
Yeah, a little something there.
Yeah, a little something there. I mean, honestly, who doesn't love the smell of peaches? And deep down inside, who doesn't believe in aliens? So,
Right, right.
yeah.
And people say they don't believe in aliens. Like, what do you think is out in space? Nothing, just us.
Let's get started with the few questions I have for you here today. First one being, you kind of describe yourself, or you are described as kind of like a hip hop violinist.
hmm
When you began playing violin, were you first introduced as an hip hop violinist, or were you more classical and blended your way into it? What was the story like there?
When I first started, I started in high school, so I was just, classically trained, playing on the Beethoven, Mozart, Mary Had a Little
Mm-hmm.
Lamb, all those little songs like that when I was first starting. But I was already listening to hip hop growing up. And I just naturally just merged together. So and then I started posting videos online a little bit when I got comfortable to show my talent online. That's when people started to like it. I just kept going, and here I am today.
Yeah, it's awesome to see you.
Mhm.
Um, One question though, there's definitely a bridge between classical music and hip hop music. And when you think hip hop music, not a lot of people think of violins. They don't think of many string instruments in there in general too. What kind of started that inspiration of like, hey, like let's try this. Let's try to bring what I know into this sphere.
hmm Well, a lot of the old school music, they did use a lot of string instruments. They did incorporate a lot of strings. Like there's Cisco. I cover Cisco thong song, and then there's 50 Cent birthday song.
Right.
He used strings in there as well. A lot of the older school music. But today, it's a lot of auto-generated Siri robot
Yeah,
violin.
no
I
kidding.
hate those. I hate
Yeah.
those.
I'm curious, with your career, I'm sure there must have been a lot of tough decisions. I'm curious, what was the most difficult decision you've had to make?
I would say since I started at a young age, I don't really surround myself with people that don't do the same things as me. People that may party all the time, or people that be doing things that have nothing to do with benefiting my life at the time. So, I'll probably feel bad, like when I was younger, like, oh, I can't really go to a club and like experience the club. I'll have to play there. But like at a young age, I always like try to stay focused, try to stay grounded and concentrated in my goals and everything like that. So I always kept people around me that were like mutually interested in what I had going on, and had shared the same goals, like-minded goals too, instead of just, having random friends around me, because I
Right.
have like have a musical life and then just have a separate life. I just know, like, have like a tunnel vision of where where I'm going.
I mean, personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with knowing yourself and knowing the people that you want to surround yourself with. You want to be surrounded by people that will empower you to be not only a better musician, but a better person as well. And you want these people to support your passions and support your dreams. Good on you for really being mature in life. I think a lot of people, I think a lot of us really tolerate just random stuff that really aren't beneficial to our lives. And
Hmm.
it takes a strong level of maturity to see past that.
Yeah, it's not being afraid of cutting off the dead ends, and so you can grow.
Right. I was curious as well. I'm listening to a lot of your music. You're pretty familiar with a pedal board.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
like what specific effects you lean into when you're like performing with it or recording with it? Like I'm sure there's a lot of violinists out there that have no idea even how that thing works.
yeah. I used to like actually like not really a board, but different like individual pedals. I do want to get a multi effects pedal board, but I do mostly use because I really want to play the cello.
Yeah.
I use the EHX harmonics pitchfork, and it like lowers the octaves and then it like blend the different octaves so it sounds like more of me but different tones. So
Sure.
I love to use that as well. And then there's reverb and distortion. I love using distortion too because and that's another instrument I would love to play is guitar.
Being a little bit more experimental with your sound. We saw that you got a YouTube channel called Joyful Sound Hearing,
Hmm.
and it's filled with really great ambient music. Do you mind telling us a little bit about that, or what inspired you to really create that kind of channel for people?
Yeah, I love like meditation music. I always listen to meditation music on YouTube. The channel I created a channel of myself called Joyful Sound Healing, and with most of the music is just just the ambient sounds, but I just add a little touch of strings and keys and I think some other instruments as well. But just I use FL Studio to make my tracks, and it's something that's a big stress reliever for me too, just to make that and then have the rain noises in it with it, and it's like
Right.
it gets kind of hard sometimes when I start dozing off, but yeah, I love doing that too. And actually I'm gonna start going back to that and even posting on social media more of those too, because and I started during the lockdown, so then a lot of people were going through a lot of mental distress and things like that, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll come up with something that'll help ease the environment, since we all have cabin fever.
Right. Right. No kidding. Down the line, as a musician, only being 25, is there any goals that you have or expectations or milestones that you'd love to meet?
Actually doing my own shows, so I have a say of what I want and how I want things to look, and I don't know, I kind of been holding back on it because I'm more so of like a perfectionist, and I want it to be right. I want the sound
Right.
to be right. I want because I hate going to the events and then like the speakers, something wrong with the technical difficulties and all that kind of stuff. I hate that kind of stuff. So I would love to have just a really good show, or really good acoustics and all that kind of stuff. Good seating, good food. The most important.
Right.
The
I
most
mean, we
important
all
part.
want to be treated well. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think with the amount of talent that you bring too, it's well deserved as well. Especially when we're coming through an atmosphere, we're just bouncing back from COVID. We're seeing a lot of these new live shows come out now, and that's a lot of jobs back into the sphere as well. And that also opens up a whole list of possibilities and accommodations that we can bring to these live performances. So it's really cool to see your take on that as well.
Yeah.
All right, Joy Black, thank you so much for coming in today.
Well,
Um,
you.
again, you're a really young musician, only 25 years old, but you have a long list of accomplishments that you've already had, and we cannot wait to see what you have next with us. We're really excited to see this summer with Joy Black and Friends with your stage show touring. We're really excited to see that in your future products. But yeah, thank you so much for coming in today. And
Of
yeah,
course.
hope you have a wonderful day.
All right. Bye.
Bye.